Why Revelation gives the beast, also known as the Antichrist, the number 666. Revelation tells us of a beast, which it assigns the numbers 660 and 6. It later tells us this beast will one day be thrown alive into a fiery lake of burning sulfur. I understand this lake of fire was intended by God to picture eternal destruction. So I contend this beast was assigned to the number 666 because the Bible uses the numbers 660 and 6 to signify a time of judgment and destruction, which will take place when Jesus Christ returns after a period of 6,000 years has passed, counting from the time of Adam and Eve's disobedience to God in Eden. But when exactly was that? Keep watching to find out. For instance, I believe God destroyed the land of Noah with a great flood when he was 600 years old because God intended for that flood to picture an even greater judgment that he will bring upon this world when it is 6,000 years old, counting from that same time. The Bible also tells us that 600,000 Israelite men left Egypt during the Exodus. I understand that God used that number to tell us that a great multitude of his servants will leave this world when it is 6,000 years old, again counting from that same time. But when exactly was that? Keep watching this video for another minute or so to find out. The Bible also tells us that Pharaoh lost 600 of his best chariots in the Red Sea when his armies chased after the Israelites as they left Egypt. I believe those 600 chariots used by Egypt's armies to wage war against other nations were intended by God to point to the time he will bring an end to all wars when this world is 6,000 years old, again counting from that same time. But when was that, and when will those 6,000 years end? The scriptures also inform us that Babylon's king once built a golden image 60 cubits high and 6 cubits wide, and commanded everyone to worship it. I understand the dimensions of that idol were meant by God to point to the time when all false religion will end, when this world is 6,000 years old, counting from the time of Adam and Eve's disobedience to God in Eden. But when exactly was that? As this book convincingly shows, that was in 3965 BC, 6,000 years before the year 2036, which is